To the Pickens County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta for putting this event on. As I was sitting over there, the mayor said that we would know that this is exciting for me. I had dreams of being in this space in 2017. And as I decided to come back home, I always go back to being at the National Security Council on New Year's Eve. And we had to sleep at the White House because of security traffic. So as I'm laying on the couch, I hear this voice that says, it's time to go home. And I had recognized this voice now because what wisdom says is that you know this voice and that it's time to go home. And so I tried to negotiate. I'm a licensed preacher. And my first sermon was on the cost of discipleship. And I tried to say, well, can we wait until my daughter graduates from college? Can we wait until my son graduates from high school? Says, no, it's time to go now. So as I transit back to Pickens County, so okay, I'm going back home. What do? Reconcile community. To go back home and to work on reconciling community. And now I know, because I'm a licensed preacher, you don't reconcile community without church. And so as I'm going out to talk to elected officials, they weren't necessarily saying what I would relate, but this is the one echoing voice, is that we need someone to represent us in the Alabama legislature. And so I said, of course I don't want to do that. Because the Congress has a 27% approval rating. And some will say, well, I don't care about what people think about me, but actually, by even acknowledging that, you're saying that you care about what people think about you. And so I said, I looked into my background, and most people here know my background. I've been a congressional fellow, worked in Congressman Idaho's office, and was on the Hill, worked at the White House as well for both the Biden and Trump administrations. And then the question that came was, if you don't do it, it'll be a disservice to the 20 years that you served in the military. And so I arrived at this space, and the one voice that I remembered is Mrs. Jean McBride. I was stationed in Germany in 2020, and she called me, she said, Jodie, I was praying about the hospital. And when I said amen, you're the first person that I thought about. I'm on the track to do these things in Army. Like, that's pretty cool. She would think about me. But it's the voices that I've heard that says, no, this is the time. And as I went around and talked to us, it's time. It's time. It's time. It's not necessarily the time for change because nobody likes change. Boys to men say that it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. There's nobody likes change. So then it's time for new leadership. And it's not a disservice to anybody else's service. There's a time when all of us, it'll be time to go. And the hardest thing to do is to determine when it's time to transition. And so I'm here. And so now what people, if you want to go around and talk to people, one person will say it's affordability. One person will say that democracy is falling apart. One will say that it's tariffs. The farmers will say, we don't like tariffs. And as you consolidate these, I said, no, you need to kind of wrap it up into a box. And it's two T's. People want someone they can trust, and they want someone that's going to tell the truth.
That's right.
And so this is a dream for me, because in part, in a way, I've already reconciled community because all of you are here from all different sides of the aisle. And so if you don't define success based on how you define your own success, you'll always live with disappointment. And so I'm running to represent District 21 to make policy plain language, just like we do in preaching. We want to make it plain to where people can understand it. And beyond that, you just run a good race. And when you run a good race, regardless of what the outcome is, the reward is always at the end. So that's what I'll leave you with. I know that there are questions, and this being my home time, I thank all of the candidates for being here. This is the town of Carrollton. We have the face and the wonder. We have national champions. We have athletes. We have teachers. We have a lot of great history for this area. And so again, I just also echo and very welcome you all to Carrollton, Alabama.
Thank you so much, Mr.